Hi all, thank you for joining us today. We're here for the Lyndonville Specific Plan Open House. We're really excited to see you and to provide you a presentation and opportunity for feedback. My name is Dave from Plan to Place, and before we get started, as we typically do, we have 3 different languages available for folks to dial into here today. And I'm going to ask each one of our interpreters to read their portion of this slide before we open up those channels. So with that, Daisy, if you want to start with the Tagalog.
Magandang umaga sa inyong lahat. Nandito tayo sa Lyndonville. Ito ay pagbubukas. Ito ay tiyak na plano na pagbubukas ng tahanan sa Lyndonville.
Great, thank you. And Alejandra, if you can please do the Spanish.
Muy bien, para español, nada más bajo la opción de español, por favor hagan clic en el icono interpretación en su barra de herramientas para acceder al idioma deseado.
Great. Excuse me, and Hannah, if you could please do the Mandarin.
Yes. 大家好，欢迎来到专项规划公众草案社区开放日。我们的今天的演讲呢，主要用几种语言向大家播放，请大家继续收听。
My name is Billy Gross. I'm a principal planner with the city of South San Francisco. As most are aware, we updated our general plan at the end of last year, and that looked at some areas of change within the city, including the Lyndonville sub area. And so as part of that, we've started work on this Lyndonville specific plan, which helps us go into a little bit more detail about what the future vision of the Lyndonville sub area will be. And so I'm joined today by the consultant team from Plan to Place. You met Dave, who's helping with the community engagement, as well as Ramey Associates and their sub-consultant team, which has done a lot of the background work in helping us better determine how to move forward with the vision for Lyndonville specific plan. And so with that, I will turn it back over to Dave, but welcome all of you and hope, please be aware that if you have questions, city staff and the consultant team are more than happy to answer them today, or also in the future, please reach out to us at your convenience. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Billy. So with that, just want to let you know that you do have access via your phone. We do also have closed captioning available as we go through the presentation. These are your facilitators here today for the discussion. You'll see all their friendly faces as we move through the presentation. Okay, so with that, I just want to provide you a quick overview of what we're going to be doing here today. It's mainly to give you an overview of where we are in the process for the specific plan. We've held workshops and outreach events in the past. We've been very busy preparing the public draft of the specific plan and the strategies that went into that we'd love to share with you, and then provide opportunity for input so that we can gather your feedback both here today, and we're going to have many opportunities through feedback forms to provide input directly onto the plan itself. With that, I'm going to hand it over to Eric to get us started.
Thanks, Dave. And good morning, everyone. My name is Eric Yurkovich. I'm a principal at Ramey and Associates, and really excited to be here today to talk about the public review draft of the Lyndonville specific plan. Now, the Lyndonville specific plan is a planning and zoning tool for the city. It takes into account the city's vision developed in the general plan process for Lyndonville, and then really starts to define the detailed policies, city programs, and development standards to implement that vision for the future. The state requires specific plans to cover several issues, including things like land use, transportation, infrastructure, and program implementation. Next slide. And on this next slide, you'll see an illustration of the specific planning process. In 2022, our team started work on the specific plan with existing conditions reports, technical studies, and a strengths, opportunities, and threats analysis for the area. And then in the last year, our team worked with the community, city staff, planning commission, and council to develop land use alternatives, a preferred land use map, policy statements, and development standards that are all included within the public review draft of the specific plan. Next. So during that time, our team conducted a range of engagement activities. This includes online surveys, community workshops, pop-up events, stakeholder meetings, technical working group meetings with city and public agency staff, and then 11 board and commission meetings to date. The team took feedback from these meetings and really helped to develop the plan policies, the development standards, and to flesh out the technical analysis that our team did. Next. Now, the specific plan was released for public review on June the 29th, and I'm just going to talk very quickly and give you an overview of that plan. The specific plan is organized into 8 chapters, and today we're going to provide a high-level overview focusing on Chapter 2, the vision for Lyndonville and how we will achieve it in the future. Through guidance from City Council and conversations with the community and city, here is that summary vision statement for the plan. Lyndonville is a vibrant and inclusive neighborhood that maintains a base of job opportunities, promotes the creative economy, and creates a new residential neighborhood where all people can thrive. The vision remains the umbrella for the specific plan, so what we're trying to achieve in the future, and the plan really works to implement this vision. Next. So this vision builds on the successes in South San Francisco, but it's a really large endeavor and one that will take time and commitment. But it's one we believe that it's possible. The big lift here is really to transform a portion of Lyndonville from an employment area to a place for people, nature, arts, opportunity, and resilience. Today, Lyndonville is largely an employment district, but we aim to create an integrated, walkable, mixed-use neighborhood connected by new open spaces and street networks in Lyndonville. Next. So Chapter 2 outlines 8 major plan strategies. And I'm going to take a moment to walk through each of those because these are really the big ideas that are embedded within the plan itself. Next. First, the plan establishes 4 different character areas in Lyndonville. The character areas really help to ensure a complete walkable neighborhoods in the mixed-use neighborhood, South Spruce Avenue corridor, and along the South Linden Arts and Makers District, really to help focus development and activity near these places to live and near high-quality transit. And then these areas really help to articulate unique design standards for these locations. Next. The second major strategy is creating a complete neighborhood. So the goal of the strategy is really to create complete neighborhoods where most of your daily needs can be met within, say, a 5 to 15 minute walk or a short bike ride. The concept is really essential to transforming the mixed-use neighborhood and the South Spruce corridor into livable neighborhoods. Next. So central to creating a complete neighborhood are the land use districts. The districts regulate land use, intensity and density, and height. There are 3 form-based districts and then 6 use-based districts. And these districts create the opportunities for additional non-residential square feet, including office, industrial, and neighborhood serving commercial uses. And maybe most of all, creates a truly mixed-use and walkable community by allowing over 5,000 new housing units, with at least 15% of those required to be affordable. The map also includes overlay zones that incentivize Lyndonville district priorities, including open space, green building, arts and makers, and active ground floors. Next. We wanted to acknowledge that the plan builds on the past successes of Lyndonville. It's already a place of business, innovation, logistics, and regionally important industrial uses. The plan will build on this strong foundation of small businesses, and the goal is to allow modernized industrial spaces, reinvestment in buildings, and the enhancement of those local businesses. The next strategy really focuses on cultivating arts and cultural identity in Lyndonville. The plan establishes a new arts and makers overlay along South Linden Avenue, creates unique design standards for each character area, and really helps to foster art in public and private spaces. Next, the plan addresses climate resilience with multi-purpose and integrated design strategies. So that includes our work that we've done with One Shoreline and the Colma Creek Citizens Advisory Committee on solutions for Colma Creek and the navigable slough. These include multi-benefit solutions that include flood protection, open space, and an enhanced environment. And then reducing the heat island effect with design standards that include new open spaces and a goal for canopy cover across the plan area is really a cornerstone of the plan itself. Next. The next strategy really focuses on the introductions of new open spaces in Lyndonville. The parks and open spaces will include a mix of public and publicly accessible private open spaces. These spaces will include a variety of park types and park sizes, from the Colma Creek Greenbelt that serves the district and the city as a whole, to the neighborhood parks and mini parks, and the Lyndonville Linear Park. The open spaces in the plan will bring people together to really help support community. Next, the plan creates a connected and diverse network of open spaces. The overall plan is estimated to create a combined total of about 40 acres of open space, which is about 1/10 of the overall land area in Lyndonville. The open spaces are distributed throughout the plan area to create a walkable community with open spaces within a short distance of residents and employees. Here you can see everything coming together. The Greenbelt along Colma Creek, a neighborhood park north of Colma Creek, the Lyndonville Linear Park running north to south from Colma Creek to Centennial Way Trail, mini parks and plazas clustered in the mixed-use neighborhood and South Spruce and Linden corridors. The next major strategy focuses on the promotion of health and environmental justice considerations. Because of the area's legacy as an industrial area, its proximity to major transportation arteries like the 101 and Caltrain, and its proximity to SFO, Lyndonville is exposed to a variety of different types of pollution. The specific plan includes a variety of planning, design, and site development standards aimed at minimizing pollution exposure, particularly from noise, air quality, and soil contaminants. To make all this work, the plan also requires rethinking our relationship with transportation. Lyndonville uses multimodal strategies and district-wide policy to redesign key portions of the plan area around people rather than just vehicles. The plan uses what we call a layered network approach. This approach recognizes the existing and future land use pattern in Lyndonville and accounts for constraints in the existing right-of-way for those streets. It acknowledges that not every street can become a complete street, but ensures the appropriate modal priorities near the mixed-use neighborhood, along the South Spruce corridor, and along South Linden, where we anticipate hotspots of people-centered travel. Now, to prioritize active mobility, the plan creates a walkable block structure, breaking up private parcels with new streets and laneways to make a walkable urban grid in the mixed-use neighborhood and connecting to the South Spruce and South Linden corridors. New streets, laneways, and open spaces are really an integral part of the bike and pedestrian network. Now to a few next steps. So we have, in addition to the plan that was released on June 29th, we developed a series of executive summaries of the plan. Those executive summaries are available on the project website at shapessf.com. Those summaries are available in English, Spanish, Mandarin, and Tagalog as well. Next. And then here are the next steps after the public comment period. We'll compile all the comments that we receive in the June and July timeframe. Then we'll compile and make responses in August. We'll then begin presentations to boards and commissions, including the SFO Airport Land Use Commission and CCAG. And then we'll report back about the plan and what we've heard to Planning Commission and City Council in September. However, there are still opportunities to provide comments on the specific plan. In July, we have a series of public engagement events on the draft plan. This includes community open houses, public pop-up events, and board and commission meetings. So please join us at those events and provide us your comments on the specific plan. Specific plan comments may also be provided in written form. Those can be sent to Lisa Costa Sanders, the project administrator for the project. All those comments are due to her by July the 31st of 2023. And then finally, for me, we also have launched an online feedback form for the specific plan. That is a place where you can provide your feedback directly into the specific plan. And I'm going to hand it over to my colleague, Michelle Hernandez, to give you kind of an overview and a tutorial on how to provide feedback on the plan itself. Michelle?
Thanks, Eric. I'm going to share my screen. Oh, actually, Dave, can you allow me to share screen to go through the feedback form very quickly?
You should have access.
Thank you. So on the Shape SSF homepage, you would see a yellow button that's labeled Lyndonville specific plan that leads directly to the feedback form page. And then on this page, as you scroll down, you can find a link to the public draft PDF to review before going through the feedback form further down on the page. Within the feedback form, it'll initially ask for your name and have a space to add your email and affiliation if you would like. If you have a general comment, there is a space just to provide the general comment on the public draft. But if you have a very specific comment on a chapter, a policy, or goal, question number 5 will ask you to select a chapter. And then once you click next, the following page will ask you for a specific section about chapter 1 to provide a comment on, and then a space to provide your comment. After writing that, you can go ahead and click submit, and you can provide as many comments as you'd like. You can just reload the page, refresh the page, and add as many comments as you would like on the different sections of the plan. If you would like a step-by-step guide on how to go through this again, there are videos below the feedback form in English and Spanish. And over to you, Dave.
Great. Thank you so much, Eric and Michelle, for walking us through that. Great. Thank you all again for joining us today for this presentation. I'm going to hand it over to Billy for some final thoughts.
Yes, thanks, Dave, and thanks consultant team for helping provide more information. Obviously, we look forward to hearing public comments from all of you, and please feel free to go to the website, find out more about upcoming events that are happening, including a in-person meeting at the Emergency Operations Center at the Fire Station 61 on South Canal tomorrow night, July 13th from 5:30 to 7:30. And then we also have a listing of all of the other boards and commission meetings where this will also be discussed. And please feel free to reach out to city staff and the consultant team if you have questions, and we are happy to answer those. And look forward to your comments. Thank you very much for your time.